I got a call from my friend Steven. Steven runs a business called Funky Junk Farms, and they are all about the unique and rare artifacts. They are into antiques, memorabilia, vintage cars, motorcycles, scooters, you name it. There's a lot of funk, there's a lot of junk. It's right up my alley.
So I want to show you the project that I want you to put your signature on.
Oh, yeah?
This is what I have in mind.
Yeah, a little roadster race car.
1925 Dodge.
Nice. Walk around the corner and I see this car and it's got my name all over it. Steve starts describing what it is, and it's very together. It's not your typical basket case starting point.
We decided we're going to build a little hot rod.
For sure.
I used to drag race back in the 80s. Plant 6 engine in it,
So
225.
it's already been hot rodded, okay.
Yeah.
Steve's saying this is the project, and I'm wondering, what's the gimmick, right? Is there a bait and switch? Is there a curtain that's going to rise up with the actual project, or what? Yeah, so this is like super touring car.
This is called 3/4 elliptic spring.
Yeah, this is the essence of fun, man.
Everybody
does. Everybody's got a Ford, right?
Sure,
This is
exactly.
unique.
This is completely different. I wanted a Dodge. I'm a Dodge man.
Nice.
We're looking at something like this, but kind of stuck on where to go with it from here. We're trying to make it more streamlined, to make it somewhat like a more race car. But, there's a few areas that we don't like, that front end somewhere,
Right.
and then in the back here.
Really like the direction that he's taken this project because it looks like that transformation you would have seen back in the day, Took Pop's old car and hot rodded it. This is right up my alley. The way the radiator's a little bit lower, and it can be set at any height up here. And the water will just come under the front cross member. Oh yeah, see that? I mean, look at it already. Now all of a sudden, you're looking a little more streamlined. Sometimes with my mock-ups, I keep it pretty down and dirty. But with this one, I want to present it just right. I'm pulling out all the stops. All right, so we got the poplar radiator bracket. We've got this custom hood representer. The last thing that's going to sell this concept is the full custom speaker wire radiator mock-up support, right? You see those metal rods on the radiator all the time? We're not doing that. Not for this discussion. Take a piece of wire. See that? Little white line makes you think shapes. Arrow straight. Now the one last thing, I make a very technical decision right here. Yeah, there it is. That tightens up the whole assembly. It's ready to race. Looks good. Let's go next door. I got a mock-up to show you, but I need a piece of stock, like a 4x4 angle, anything heavy enough to support that radiator.
Oh, I think I got some.
So I'm thinking like 1/4 inch, like this stuff, but heavier.
Right.
So this is probably 2x2.
Something bigger.
Double that, and then thicker. Like here's 3x3.
Like this.
Like that. There it is. Well, what's that measure out? 4x4 by 3/16.
There it is.
Cool. Yeah, that'll be perfect. Let me show you the mock-up before we go cutting apart your stuff.
All right.
I'll show you the car and show you the concept.
Perfect.
This is great. They got stuff everywhere. It's my kind of shop. Yeah, so just check up that down there and we'll just carry on.
Where'd you get that?
I got people, man. Don't worry about where I get stuff in your shop. So here's where we're at. Got the fuel tank out and got a few lines presented.
All right. Look at that angle.
So this is what I'm thinking. See, it's ahead of the cross member and low.
Perfect.
Right, so the hood top will be the wood.
Yep.
You'll have 2 support bars in there where the white is, and then we can decide how far the hood wraps
The hood
down.
can come down, yeah.
I was thinking that sheet I grabbed, I'll just make a new hood, like a race car hood, one piece.
Yeah, one-piece hood, no need hinges on it because you just lift it off. When you...
Exactly, it'll be like a quick disconnect.
And that's the way they would have built it back, Man.
The ghost of the inspectors is in the building. Even though the inspectors aren't here, it sounds like they've got their comrades on the lookout. Whoa, did you hear that? Am I tripping out, man? If I know that bark, it sounds like we're headed in the right direction.
You do great work.
Thanks, man.
Just not enough of it.
Just not enough.
That's what I tell my guys.
Story of my life.
Oh, this looks great. I just let him do his thing. This is shooting from the hip and whatever you come up with. The drop is excellent.
Steven's happy, and that's great, because, you know, this is the first thing I was showing him, and that's the thing. It's like, is it gonna work or not? That's what you like, that's what I'll make.
Let's go.
Cool. Like every template, I'm making it oversized at first and then trimming it down to fit. See, so now when you pull it down, it's in the spot where the hood belongs. We got two different curves. You got this mellow curve across the top and then the tight bend there. I got a slip roller they brought over. So what I'm gonna do is make the deviation in curvature on my template. Oh yeah. Now we're talking. The thing with the paper template is it's just a starting point. I'm going to transfer that shape to the steel and then cut it out. Now we're gonna put in that slip roller and roll out the barrel. The tool provides one result. You make a nice round shape, and the hood is more of an oval, right? So that's the thing. You have to use this tool in sort of an unorthodox fashion to get this elliptical cone shape. This is like man versus metal. It's a delicate dance. This is no battle. This is no attack. This is romancing the molecules. This is finesse. You gotta schmooze it. So you could see, that looks like a hood. So the next thing I'm gonna do is just like I did with the paper template. See, the metal's oversized, it's not sitting in the place it's supposed to. I'm gonna get these gaps nice and even. The front and back are trimmed out close enough at this point. The main factor is figure out how low the hood sides are going to be. So what I'm seeing is the angle of that door coming straight through the hood. And actually the light's making a perfect reflection on the sheet metal as well, so it's kind of a no-brainer. Right there. Got this hood wrapped up. I want to see it on the car. So that's the deal right there. But I was thinking, like, how do you put it on? You know, you don't want to have two big pins like you see on a race car with a fiberglass
60s.
hood. Yeah. I got those little details. I don't know how you feel about it, but I got 4 if you want to do that.
It's okay,
Yeah, right. You see it on every race car.
but I got something better.
Okay.
I knew you were bringing this today.
Right.
Look at these.
What the heck is this spring-loaded deal?
Yeah, spring-loaded release pins.
Awesome. See, that's why you got all the treasure. These vintage spring clamps are a nice touch. I love collaborating with people who know what parts to bring. This is some funky, cool junk. These things add a perfect period look.
Man, so many years of doing this, I don't mind cutting it. You can always turn it into something else.
Yeah, it's a whole different car.
There you go.
No more chuck wagon, stagecoach. That's the look. I mean, the hood is going right through to the deck lid. Just gained 1 mile per hour on your top end.
Cool, let's go with it.
What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna frame that out in 1-inch square tube. It's really light, and you see how the body started to flex? It's gonna bring that structure right back.
Okay.
The whole thing with these folded edges in every sheet metal structure is just like what I accomplished on the hood. That edging is the support. As soon as you fold it, it's rigid. When you unfold it, it gets a little weird. 3 points. Oh, reject. All right, so the whole deal is this square tube is gonna replicate the structure that was originally in the car. If you're in here leaning your elbow over the edge, you're gonna get sliced. These were the inner hoops that belonged in the car, and they were up here. So what I wanna do is basically do the same exact thing, lower it down, and make it at a square stock, that way it's stronger. The body has relaxed into this funky shape after I cut the structure out of it. So hopefully by reattaching this ring that I'm about to create, it will pull it back into shape. The whole process here is just sneaking up on the goal, you know, trying a bunch of different techniques to get the results I need. Hi-yo, here we are. Forklift is heavy. This is the old adapt and overcome trick. I don't limit my work to only using metalworking tools. I do whatever it takes to get what I need. Look for the heaviest thing in the shop and use it as a lever. This tubing bender is only going to take the material so far before it kinks, so I will resort to the oldest trick in the book, the old pie cut technique. So what you get is that. This car does a weird little hoop right here. Check this out. See how the radius follows the sheet metal perfectly? Then there's this weird issue here where the seat back came in. Just like with the hood, the body of the car is not this perfect round shape. I'm gonna clamp this on here and see if I can't just work that out with the clamps. This is just one of the things that experience lends you, is knowing what you can get away with. To make this whole join convincing, I need to find the middle ground, shrink in the car body a little, relax the tubing a little, set them up right. I gotta section it right through here because we're going further than 90 degrees. Using a whole bunch of clamps in a specific arrangement is hopefully gonna make this work out. I call this a success. I think I'll get out the welder, do a couple tacks in there to get these high cuts in order. The biggest challenge here is the shop inspectors are on their way in this afternoon, a little guest appearance, etc. And I told them it would be done this afternoon, so hopefully I'll have it in order by the time they get here. One thing I know is that the car is not that straight. We just did a rough tape line. So by putting this on the table, see how janked up it is? How are we gonna fix that? There's a million ways. Oh, there it is, fixed. So the rear of this car, even though it looks flat like we chopped it off, it's actually not. It's got a bow in it. So putting it on the table is strictly just a gauge from left to right. Want to be sure that the whole apparatus has the same curvature. Little twist, and there it is. Now that we got some symmetry, put this in the car and see how high up the actual rear deck is going to lie. You could see how different the sheet metal was from being straight, so this is definitely coming off. Now that I've got the back trimmed out, it's just a matter of welding it all together. Welcome back. Got it finished just in time. Did a little of that steel fabrication.
I can see it from back
time.
there. It looks nice. Oh, man.
All steel.
You know, this is perfect. This is the look I wanted right here. It looks good.
It was good to see that Steven liked it. You know, it's a delicate balance between fine fabrication and this backyard aesthetic that Steven was looking for.
Just subtle changes make the car look completely different, you know?
Oh, for sure.
The whole idea is when you stand back and just look at it, you know, it looks like a race car now.
A few more things to go, and this project is across the finish line. After my run-in with the issue with the radiator inlet, it's time for a little session of Roussel's custom radiator repair. This radiator is the real deal, whatever it is, 1925, 1927, but just like me, old age is a hard thing to manage. This period correct radiator is a cool piece and totally worth salvaging. It takes a delicate operation to not ruin the whole thing. Simplest statement would be that I am preparing these two metals to be joined, and it requires a lot of flux. Now we got that all hot. Let's put it on here. Try to join them together without ruining the lead. Looks like it's gonna work. I'm just gonna let it cool down before putting it on. We've got a guest inspector in the house. Rumor is it's a local, and it wanted to come in and check the process. Checking out the work. What do you think? All steel repair, 1-inch square tube around the edge. The word must be really spreading in the dog audience. I've seen photos of them watching television, and everybody wants to be a star.
It's all original, real steel car. Pretty groovy, huh?
Dogs must have a thing for race cars, because these inspections have been way too easy, like zero criticism.
Well, looks like everybody's on board. Can I get a hand? Usually I get some kind of, yeah, there you go, perfect. Winner.
Another satisfied customer. And like every other project, there's always loose ends to tie up. I love it when a plan comes together.
You want to fire it up? Pop that one up.
That's
Switch that up.
that's the ignition, that's
Ignition,
start.
And that's start right there.
Steven says this thing is ready to run.
Just like a
Fire it
race
up.
car, man. No keys, right?
No keys.
Yeah, the sound of the straight sixes are unique. You just hear all the little valves
Yep.
going. It's cool.
Yeah, great sound to them.
Yeah. I think you're ready to race, baby. This car's really coming together. I can't wait to see it on the road.
You got this. Get your pilot goggles on and run it.
This old Dodge is ready for some dodging. Took it out to the top secret proving grounds, and we're about to let it rip. It looks ready to race.
I'm even ready to race. I cut my hair off.
Oh, I hadn't noticed.
Low profile, ready for a new change and a new car.
Yeah, man, this is cool. Yeah, good call just leaving it steel, man. It all fits.
It's good.
I know Steven's excited about driving it. You know, we're out here checking it out outside for the first time, and it's a cool rig for sure.
Standing out here in the sun right now, feels excellent. New car, new hair, new look. Car looks great. Been working on this thing for months, actually, and Ian did an amazing job on the work that he did. The lines look really nice.
There was no crazy styling choices or fabrication in this. The whole thing was subtle mods to make it more like an old vintage race car. It doesn't look like anything was changed, but it was. That's why it looks so cool.
It's fun when people can walk up on it and they have to look at your car to see what you modified.
Get in there, I want to get your victory shot.
All right.
I saw him sit down in the car, and it's like, whoa, that thing we did by the door jam totally works. Now it's like you would see somebody in a race car, not in a passenger car.
Look, if I had my afro, it would have gone way up over here now.
Well,
it's just,
exactly. Just like you see those speed, you know, the wind tunnels, that would have been a drag. You could have broke your neck.
Yeah, I'm really excited about getting out there and driving this damn car. It's been locked up in my shop for a year. I'm glad that it's done, and we're gonna get it out and see what it can do. I'm ready to drive, man. You either get in or I'm leaving you.
That's why I showed up here, man. Enough with the jibber jabber. Run this thing.
See if it goes.
The car runs perfectly. You know, it feels like an antique vehicle, for sure. It's like a two hands on the wheel experience. You know, the car has no shock absorbers, very primitive suspension. It's like a covered wagon with a 6-cylinder engine.
Drives like an old piece of junk. This is actually a primitive car, so this is like the early stages of automobiles. It's like holding on to a little bull.
This stretch of roadway is perfect to get that old world experience. It could be 1940 in California. My friend Steven asked me to come by. He's the king of funky, and I love everything about his shop. We collaborated on his Dodge Roadster a few years ago, and I'm glad to see he's still plugging away on it.
The nice thing, too, is just keep on adding to it. You can always add little things here, just little details.
No, it looks perfect. That's the thing. It is aged to perfection.
Yeah. I put turn signals inside the lens, kind of like the old Volkswagens. I've been driving it a little here and there.
It sounds good, too.
Nice little miss.
Yeah, right, to give it the authentic old-fashioned feeling, right. Steven is a man of many talents, to say the least. His work is all over the automotive game.
Want to see what it looks like inside?
Yes, sir.
Come on.
He and his crew restore vintage trailers with a super meticulous attention to detail. This is super deluxe. Like, if you're missing a piece of this, it just doesn't exist. You gotta make it.
We make,
Yeah.
yes. They don't build it like this anymore.
And he's also a partner in Funky Junk Farms. It's a collective of rare, unique, unobtainable things, you know, the cool stuff.
all the things.
Yeah.
I just got a couple older pinball machines, man. This
Oh,
stuff
yeah.
is like antique.
It's funny, we have the same taste, kind of.
Hey, cool stuff, right?
Yeah.
The big attraction to this whole shop is just the range, you know, the variety of everything. So funky junk, yeah, that explains it, but a lot of this stuff is super nice. Walking around here is like an inspiration overload.
Funky junk.
Man, this is a real pile of stuff. What is this thing?
It's actually a 1927 Dodge.
Dodge, right, okay, cool. Walking up on this thing at first, I'm like, whoa, this is like straight out of like a museum or something. Where did they find this? It looks like the real deal. Did you like outfit this? Or?
Well, during World War II, during gas rationing, everybody turned their old cars into a pickup truck
At the back.
to get around the rationing. I added everything to it, of course, you know, with all the stuff I collect.
Right.
Almost like it was a magnet to it. Everything wanted to get on this thing.
It looks authentic to me. This is a perfect example of what Steven does. The director or whoever says, we need something that looks exactly like it would have been there. It's gotta be period correct. It's gotta look like a real thing, not some movie prop.
I call it the prospector.
Yes.
During the Dust Bowl era, right after the Depression, everybody's trying to move west for a job
Sure.
from Oklahoma or wherever.
Right.
And just gacked out the thing with everything they needed to make it across.
Sure.
And to make a living coming across.
This is what I like about Steven's world. It's not really about making the coolest car, the meanest lead sled. There's always a unique purpose about everything.
Traveling salesman suitcase back here, with shoe shiner, shine
wow.
shoes, boat with his fishing gear here.
Yeah,
He
do a
was
little
like
fishing, a little crabbing.
commercial fishing. No job is too big, no job too little for this
I
guy.
understand now.
Here we go.
Oh, that's cool.
Raise
Little mirror in there somewhere too.
there you
For the prospector on the go that needs to keep a clean face. I could relate to this guy, you know, the owner of the car, right? He's traveling around, he's got some skills, kind of homeless, but he's got all his gear. Literally, they would have thrown everything on their car, including the kitchen sink. So I think Steven nailed it on the prospector. Oh, what the heck is this thing?
That is his lucky rabbit's foot.
Ooh, I don't even know what creature that came off.
Just happened to come off an otter instead. This is not exactly, you know, what we're going for, but the style, you know, the period of the vehicle, and not so much of this on here, but
Working man's vehicle.
exactly.
I gotcha. These are the loose parameters I thrive on, you know? He's telling me it looks sort of like this, it feels kind of like this, but different. You know, I love the freedom it offers and the direction, so I'm in 100%.
You got anything like this?
You know, I got some stuff, and as usual, I got nothing to show you, but I got a lot of ideas. I've done a lot of different projects, but never anything like with this certain criteria.
All right.
I really feel like Steven was inviting me over for me to just say, oh yeah, I have this one thing, and I'll send you some pictures. But no, I think I've got a different idea. I think I really want to create something for this project. Let me get my thinking cap on. That's what my car's gonna have in the front seat, a thinking cap. And it'll just get rid of all these tools. I'm more of an idea guy. Oh, there it is, right there. Perfect.
You aren't the only one with a thinking cap.
Got all the gear. Steven's car was like a 1920-something, 30-something Dodge. This is a 29 Ford. They'd be friends back in the day. If it was my great-great-grandfather or whatever, right? He was a welder and he was in the cars and he's like, oh man, I found this clapped out old 29 Ford. We're not talking about bankers or lawyers. We're talking about the average Joe who's doing whatever it takes to keep his car on the road. And that's the thing, this looks super loose, but that's only half of the puzzle. I got the chassis, that was in storage too, and that's in a different course of development. One of the requirements of this build is it's gotta look old, so you're not gonna see any of this mechanical stuff. So Ford, Chevy, VW, it doesn't matter what's in there. The old no oil trick. There's no oil at all in there. That's one of the things that a crew has in its benefits is you could always kind of blame it on somebody else, but it's all me here and I never really pay attention to where I left off. So you're gonna have to check out multiple things. This is a custom blend of startup oil. I don't look stressed, do I? Oil pressure, check. Now for the real test. I love those swirly straws. I gotta get some more of them for my high C. As they say, it's tea time. Prepare for ignition. Heard a little something. That was close. That's a fire. That'll cook your seals. What we have here is a failure to communicate. It's a good thing the inspectors aren't here because I could see the alarm bells going off in a big way, but I know that's just a simple backfire. I'm always a little surprised when something actually works. Sweet smell of success. I think Project Dust Bowl is go. That's the green light I needed to see. Hollywood, here we come. This is the Depression era, so materials are pretty scarce. You know, you wouldn't have any of the stuff I usually use, like with the tube bender, a modern tubing, anything like that. So I went over to my friend's house and picked up a bunch of rusty material from out of the back. Got some square tube, found some rebar, piece of angle iron, standard issue stuff you would have seen back in the day. Even though this rack has to be functional, for me it's all about style. It's got to have some character that adds to the vehicle. Kind of like some wrought iron work, but it's a roof rack. You know, if you went and put like a big utility roof rack, right? Like I'm thinking like a welding truck, right? Front to back. Like it wouldn't look like a Roadster pickup anymore, you know? It would look like a box, basically. So I'm thinking about like an abbreviated version. Something that looks kind of lightweight, but definitely strong enough for you to hold some material. The only obvious choice is to channel great-grandpappy Roussel. Ask him to help me envision my vision. So I put myself in that mindset and I say, here it is, self. We're in the 1940s. I envision a MIG welder and a self-automatic darkening welding helmet. That would be my first, there it is. That's my first wish. This unit right here. That would make things a lot faster. Then I'd like an electric angle grinder, an electric saw, and a beautiful workshop to do it in. Just like my old Pappy Roussel back in the day. We're gonna work with what we got and try to make it happen. First things first is the line of the roof, you know? It's gotta look right. So as usual, it's time for a little of that envisioning procedure. And I like the height of the windshield pillar. So I think the rack will maybe just have a little rake to it. I don't know what happens when I sit in there. So that's like with no seat pad. Tell you that Ian, 80 years ago, should have double checked his door hinges. To start this part of the project off, I created these little pieces that insert into the stake pockets in the truck bed. Now we're getting in the ballpark. Looks kind of like gangster station wagon now. I'm feeling it. It's got a little bit of an attitude. But these uprights are definitely too flimsy in the back. Instead of replacing them, I'm thinking about adding more. You know, it's like I want it to be a little bit ornate, but definitely, you know, seat of the pants fabrication. Let's pop one of them in there and see what happens. You see, it's starting to give it like a balance of light and texture. Is this a truck or is it a station wagon now? Let me clean my ears a little bit. Think this through. This is one of the problems with winging it. You know, you veer off the straight path, you make a couple decisions, and then you got to recover from it. Typical stuff around here. I mean, I like it, but I want to really like it. I'm like, oh, well, tarp would have been around, like a covered wagon kind of material. This looks like it's been laying around the farm a bit. Do a little Honest Ian's custom upholstery on this jobber. You know, this is definitely a first, doing the old covered wagon. It's a sewing table. It's a chassis jig. It's a layout zone. It does all the things. I like that stain. It's like it's had some use in its life. It's had some stories behind it. Ever-evolving world of my upholstery apprenticeship. Grandpappy would be proud. These are like you see on the corners of every tarp you buy in the world. It's a kit to put these grommets in. There's a reason this process could have existed in the old days. It's very straightforward. You punch a hole in the material, you put the bottom of the grommet in, put the top piece on, and whack it into place. And voila, instant covered wagon material. Got my cape. Let's see if this thing flies. You know, this movie prop is period correct. It's as if it was built back in the day. But hey, don't get carried away. This is my fantasy. Back in the day, I had a cordless drill. Nice and taut. It's like old Pappy Roussel took his covered wagon skills and transferred them right over to his work truck. I think he'd say it was custom yet affordable. Been thinking of like accessories to, you know, dress this thing with that would be sort of period correct, you know, and this property is super old. It was here since 1940, and all the old man's tools were here on the property also. So there's one thing in particular that I just could never part with. The interesting thing about this property was it was truly an estate sale. They never got rid of anything, and it all came in the package. This is one of the artifacts that came with the ranch. Look at those wagon wheels, super cool. It's the old man's welder, and it looks very authentically old. This in the back of that truck would be like, oh, it's an old antique welding truck, right? Just stick it on the car and see if it looks right. It's like Ben-Hur and his chariot up in here. It's pretty crusty. Starting to look older already. You know, that's the thing, like with a movie prop, you know, anything goes. It's only the limits of your imagination. All right, I like where this truck's going. It's got that antique vibe, you know? I got a couple accessory boxes. These are more things that were on the ranch. You know, you would need storage in a work truck for sure, you know? So, I don't know, maybe a couple of those would fit in there. As they say, dynamite. I've been looking for the perfect use for these old explosive boxes, and I think this project's a perfect match. Get it? Match? Got my welder, got my dynamite, got my Model A. What more do you need? Before we get into the interior decorating side of things, we still have a few fabrication tasks we gotta tackle. It's times like this when one must ask themselves, what would great grandpappy do? I figure if this guy's a welder, he's gonna make his own seat frame. It's nothing new, but you can see, even if it's at that level, it's gonna be a tight fit for me to hop in here. You know, and once again, Grandpappy was way ahead of his time. I added 4 inches to the back of this cab because I don't fit in these little cars. So there's room in here. But if I put the stock Model A seat, I'm gonna be way up. You're gonna see, we don't need that. Like Harry and the Hendersons. My whole concept here is, you know, the edges of the seat that you see will have these nice radius bends. I'll miter the attachment corners under the seat where you won't even see it, you know? It'll be our little secret. I gotta say, it's a natural fit. I love the way that this fits the original seat base, and then this just looks good. It works. To figure out the angle of the seat back, I'll tack it together in the car, gusset it, and then pull it back out and finish weld it. This material isn't super strong, so being that it's a backrest, it's gonna have a lot of leverage on it potentially, so by grabbing it like that, it really structures it. That'll work. The metal seat frame is only half the puzzle. You know, great grandpappy's a man of supreme luxury. Lastly, I'm gonna put a cross brace of steel rod in there. All right, so I added a little structural webbing in there. Plenty of room, plenty of headspace. I just need something over here. You could always just put a Model A steering wheel on it, but if you were gonna be a customizer, wouldn't you be looking around for that unique thing? I was looking at these steering wheels that were out there, and I'm like, yeah, a little too modern. And right next to it was this tricycle. Look at this thing. I don't think this is seriously vintage, but it looks like it's vintage. Tell me it's not a full custom steering wheel. These weird ideas of mine don't always work, but you never know till you try. Off with the wheel. You know, nothing says class like using a tricycle on your Model A Roadster pickup. Once again, I'm truly making my 7-year-old self proud. If I could only see me now. I think a little spacer, and a little steering wheel. Got some sitting, we got some steering. I don't know if Pappy was into tricycles, but if he was, I know he'd be proud. I've never had a tricycle wheel steering, so this is a first. This is a momentous occasion. Sometimes you take a detour to get to where you need to go. But we're talking about a great American story, talking about a great American struggle, talking about being depressed in the greatest of ways. This directly relates to a lot of the custom cars I built because it's like, what's the character? Like, what's the reason for this thing at all, right? Oh yeah, it was like a real deal craftsman from back in the day put this together. Looks like a seat. Pressure fits right into place. Ladies and gentlemen, presenting the oldest trick in the book. Oh, my lumbar support. Pretty darn cushy. I like it because in here it has like that chop top feel. Like even though it looks a little bit like Fred Flintstone's car, it still feels pretty special. We all know who had the coolest car in the town of Bedrock, and it sure wasn't Barney. Perfect, look at this. The glue is still active between the two things, and doesn't that look designer? That's the thing, the happy accidents. Lesson here is to keep an open mind, don't overcomplicate things. Sometimes you'll get something that you didn't even plan for. Looks like $1 million, well, at least 10 bucks. Not $1 million bucks, but some bucks. Piece by piece, you know, I don't really know what this thing's gonna look like in the end. I'm just picking at it. All of a sudden, it's a work truck, right? It's a welder's truck. I hid the modern engine with the hood, but still looking in there, you know that that's a nice brand new aluminum radiator. So I wanna put some kind of a grill screen in front of it. Try a little rust. That works. First I thought, ooh, aluminum, that's classy, but that tone of distressed, it's painted silver, but it's rusty, works good. Even after all these years of custom car building, I'm never absolutely positive of what's gonna work and what's not gonna work. You know, there's always something in the mighty mock-up. Put a little bit of a puff in it as I welded it too, the heat. Just a little something that adds a shroud of mystery to what's going on beneath. That's what I was going for. It's old-fashioned, but looks cool. Tornado came through Oklahoma, tore the screen door off, repurposed it. In the years past when I was working on this car, you know, a couple of things I built custom on this were the windshield pillars, the A-pillars, and the actual windshield frame. So I made this nice arch that fits the cowl. And you can see it fits in here pretty darn close, but putting this roof rack on, it's too tall now. It's nothing a little slice and dice can't fix. Let's make sure we keep the front the front. Little nonsense now and then. Front. There's something to be said for phonetics, right? Spell it like you say it. Front to shut door. Usually what I do is set up the template for the glass first. So I got some acrylic. I'm just gonna put the acrylic in place, finish everything up, and then last I'll have the glass cut. One of the problems with using this tubing is it's just a flat surface on both sides. We want this glass to ultimately seem like it's flush mounted in there, so we're gonna have to do a little cutting into this tube shape. Do a little sanding, a little finishing. I think that's really coming together. Even though this is an acrylic mock-up, it really adds to the finishing of it where you're not just looking through an empty space. This is the actual windshield to come. Seat looks good, interior's coming together. Love the grille and the windshield fits. Today was a good day. I got a few more tricks up my sleeve and then this project is off to Stevens to begin its illustrious career as a Hollywood starlet. When I assembled this car, I quick spray canned it because, you know, Fords are black, right? It still just looked too fresh. Still shows all the work and the welds. It's pretty rough. It just needs a little grit, you know? It needs to look like it's been through something. It's got the history, and I'm gonna give it a whirl. Let's see what this process will do. I picked up one of these. It's a texture gun, like you spray textured walls with. And I was thinking, you know, why don't I just texture the car with sand? Make it look like it's been all dustified. Drywall, dirt, it's all the same in the end, right? I guess we'll see. I've had more harebrained schemes than this, you know, some kind of plastic melting bubble top thing, but this is pretty interesting. Let's see how it pans out. Probably the rarest thing in the desert, the old H2O. I'm gonna add some air to the equation. I'm gonna add a little mud to the equation. You might be wondering where I got this super cool scoop. The Volkswagen valve cover. A little bit in every project. I gotta say, some people might do a test piece. Not me. I'm just going for it. I'm thinking that this process is gonna be similar to spraying metal flake, in a paint job. So you have this solid material and you wanna broadcast it evenly over the surface. I gotta keep mixing it up in there to get it to flow evenly. I don't want any blotches. That's the thing about winging it. You gotta pay attention. You gotta adapt as the process unfolds. Yeah, look, now it's just about at the right ratio. If only great-grandpappy could see me now, he'd say, son, you done lost your mind. This area of the fender here would have a lot of mud and sand coming off of it. I'm trying to bring that. Yeah, the natural look of this car going through a rainstorm in the desert multiple times would be just that, showering effect, dust landing on it, and I'm trying to give it a little of all that action. I haven't talked to Steven since the day I left his shop, and I'm kind of curious as to what he's gonna have to say about this.
What do we have here?
It's a little bit of everything, but it's basically a Model A. Just parts I had laying around.
Like they would do back in the day if they're building something on a farm. That's what it should be, is pieces of everything. Looks great. I like the stitches, the welds
I was thinking if this character was a craftsman, he was more like a metal worker, like a welder, so I just left everything showing.
Which is perfect. I love the wheel wells, the fenders with that spare tire piece in there. Taillights look good on here, the way they said. Model T. Whatever's laying around. The nail, even the canvas on the roof up there. It's gonna work.
I think Steven treated this project with me much like I treat a project with the other people I collaborate with, Tell them just enough so that they can work forward on something, but not so much where you're gonna dictate the end result. Check out the steering wheel. You know your funky junk. Name that part. Where'd that come from?
This came off an old tricycle.
Bang! He knows the unit.
But you also dared and put it on there. Great steering wheel.
The more time he spends looking it over, I see his head nodding, and he's like, yeah, this is like real steel. This is not a fake movie prop. It's an actual Ford vehicle. Does it run? But the good news is everything underneath is modern. It's got a Chevy 350. Drivetrain is brand new.
It's perfect. So if we were shooting out here, you could see how perfect it fits for the look. This
is Wild West, man. What more do you want than a jalopy out west, right? And nothing sells a car like the test drive. You ready?
Sure.
Hop in. It's all you.
All right. Now that's a positive.
I really wanted Steven to just get in there while the engine was cold, start it, and drive it, because this is what you're gonna get on a cold start and how it runs.
So this is about the speed we'll be going.
Looks good, man.
20 times.
Right.
Through the shot.
I mean, that's the whole thing. A car sitting in the garage is one thing, but when it's out in the desert, on the movie set, as he's kind of envisioning it, I think that seals the deal.
Feels great.
My favorite thing about it, with so much, is the stance. It's it looks kind of like a jalopy, but it's got a cool line. It's a little bit chopped, it's a little bit raked. I love the front grille, specifically that mesh. The Model T taillights on the back, they're a little funky. And then the roof rack, that's my favorite thing. It's got a good look.
And then back to one.
This project is unique in that it had an end goal. I don't know, maybe I'll start with a cartoon character for real next time and then build a car towards that. I can see the smile from a mile away right now. It's a cool car to drive.
Man.
How's it treating you?
Perfect. Perfect picture car.
Nice. Excellent. Well, I learned from the best, man. I did exactly what you told me.
Come on. No, it's great because it goes forward, it goes reverse, it turns, it stops, it doesn't overheat, especially when you only have one. We don't have a backup. This is it.
That's the story of my life, man. I got no other plan B.
You actually look so good in that thing.
I love it, man. I feel like an Okie from Muskogee.
Yeah.
Heading out west.
Great job, great job. You made my job a lot easier.
With every project, that's always what I'm looking for. Thanks, you done good. To pin that for him on this project, I feel good. Have fun out there in TV land.
Man.
You could drive it home. I don't need it anymore.
No, I don't like using my movie miles on the street.
Gotcha.
We'll put it on a hauler.
Yeah, it's always on borrowed time, right?
That's right.
Another project checked off the list. I did not see this one coming, but it ended up really good. I got so many ideas I've been ruminating on. It's nice to get this project out of the way. Next project's gonna be pretty wild. I can't wait to get started.